Hello everyone, this is Heena madam, your physics teacher. Till now we have discussed about force, right? And now we are going to deal with the last bit of the topic, that is pressure. See, you have learned in class 7th standard that strong winds during a storm or a cyclone can blow away even the rooftops. You also learned that winds and cyclones are caused by the difference in air pressure. Right? So, here the question arises, is there any relation between pressure and force? Let us find out. See, for example, try to push a nail into a wooden plank by its head. Did you succeed? Now try to push the nail by the pointed end. Now it is easier to push the nail into the wooden plank, right? Why it is easier? Because the nail, the pointed end, is having the less area to get inside into the wooden plank, whereas the head, the head of the nail have the more area to get into the wooden plank, so it require more and more pressure, right? But with the same pressure we can put the nail with the help of the pointed end very easily, right? So now let me take one more example. So here I am taking one more example, the example of a blunt knife and a sharp knife. So see, try cutting vegetables with a blunt knife and sharp knife. Which one is easier? Cutting with the sharp knife is easier, right? So cutting with the sharp knife is easier than the cutting with the blunt knife or dull knife. Again, why it is so? It is so because that here the pressure on the area for the sharp knife will be required very less and the task will be easier, right? Whereas with the blunt knife the area will be more, right? The cutting area will be more and the pressure required will be more, right? So it is not easier as compared to the sharp knife, right? So, do you get the feeling that the area over which the force is applied, like pointed end of the nail and sharp edge of the nail, plays very important role in making this task easier. So, these tasks will be easier by applying pressure, right? So, how we can define the pressure? We can define it as the force acting on a unit area of a surface is called pressure, right? And the formula we can write it as pressure is equal to force divided by area on which it acts. Okay, so this is the formula for the pressure and definition of the pressure. So how we can define the pressure again? We can define it as the force acting on a unit area of a surface is called pressure. And what is the formula for the pressure? Pressure is equal to force divided by area on which it acts. Note that the area is in the denominator in the expression, right? So similarly, the area, the smaller the area, larger the pressure on the surface. Okay, so here again if you consider the example of nail, okay, the area of the pointed end of the nail is much smaller than that of its head. So how much pressure we applying on the head of the nail? If that much pressure we apply on the pointed end of the nail, then that pressure will be sufficient to push the nail into the wooden plank. Okay. So, how the objects are applying the pressure on the surface, like that only do liquids and gases also exert pressure? So, let us find out by the activities. So, the first activity I have took here, that is activity 11.8. So here, take a transparent glass tube or a plastic pipe. The length of the pipe or tube should be about 15 cm and its diameter should be 5 to 7.5 cm. Also take a piece of thin sheet of a good quality rubber, say a rubber balloon. Okay, and stretch the rubber sheet tightly over the one end of the pipe as shown in the image. Now hold the pipe at the middle, okay, keeping it in a vertical position as shown in the image. Okay, then pour some water in the pipe. Does the rubber sheet plug out? Okay, so this is what the last image is for the result. Okay, so after putting water into the pipe, okay, which is having the what, the balloon, okay, balloon at the bottom, right? So because of the pressure exerted by the water on the balloon, what will happen? Slowly it will plug out, right? So it means what? Liquids also exerts pressure. Okay, now we will find out this by solving one more activity. Okay, so now we will discuss the activity 11.9. So take a plastic bottle. You can take a discharge water or soft drink bottle. Okay, fix a cylindrical glass tube a few centimeters long near its bottom as shown in the image. You can do so by slightly heating one end of the glass tube and then quickly inserting it near the bottom of the bottle. Make sure that the water does not leak from the joint. If there is any leakage, seal it with the molten wax. Cover the mouth of the glass tube with a thin rubber sheet as shown. Okay. Now fill the bottle up to half with the water. Okay. So like that only, by filling the water into the bottle, what will happen? Slowly the balloon will start blowing. Okay. It will plug out. Why it is so? It is so because of the pressure exerted by the water. Okay, again it means what? Liquids also exerts the pressure. Okay, now let us discuss one more activity, that is activity 11.10. For this, again we have to take an empty plastic bottle or a cylindrical container. You can take a used tin or talcum powder or a plastic bottle. Drill 4 holes all around near the bottom of the bottle. Make sure that holes are at the same height from the bottom. Okay. Now fill the bottle with water. What do you observe here? What will happen? The water will comes out from the bottle, right? So how much the first hole is exerting the water from the bottle, the same amount of water is coming out from the next holes also. So it means what? From all the sides, okay, the liquids are exerting the same pressure on the bottle, okay, on the sides of the bottle. So because of that, the water is coming out from the holes. Okay. Now let us discuss about the atmospheric pressure. See, you know that there is air around us. This envelope of air is known as atmosphere. The atmospheric air extends up to many kilometers above the surface of the earth. The pressure exerted by this air is known as atmospheric pressure. Okay. So now let us do one more activity. Activity number 11.11. So this activity is about the sucker. Okay. Take a good quality rubber sucker. It looks like a small rubber cup. Press it hard on a smooth plain surface. Does it stick to the surface? Yes, it will stick to the surface. You can observe here. Okay, it's a kind of sucker only. Here that person is putting pressure on the sucker. Okay, after putting the pressure on the sucker on the plain surface, what will happen? It will suck it. Okay, it will create the pressure. So when you press the sucker, most of the air between its cup and the surface escapes out. The sucker sticks to the surface because the pressure of atmosphere acts on it. To pull the sucker off the surface, the applied force should be larger enough to overcome the atmospheric pressure. So this activity might give you an idea about the magnitude of atmospheric pressure. In fact, it could not be possible for any human being to pull the sucker off the surface if there were no air at all between the sucker and the surface. Does it give you an idea how large the atmospheric pressure? Okay, so we cannot find out the magnitude of atmospheric pressure, right? So how much area it will cover, we can tell that much will be the atmospheric pressure of that area. So hope you have understood. So this is about pressure. Okay, thank you everyone.